All right. All right. Wait, that's not the intro. Hello there. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Mackenzie. Thank you so much for being here. Today is a little bit different. The background is still it's not that different. It's just a little bit different of an angle. However, this is a vlog. This is, what is it, our first vlog of 2021? Yeah, because I tried to do one in January. It didn't pan out very well. But now we are doing a romance reading vlog. We're very excited. We are starting Get a Life, Chloe Brown. I've got my tabs. I'm ready to go. I read 20 pages and then I was like, oh wait, this is supposed to be a vlog. So here we are with the intro of the vlog. I'm doing the intro before I've even read more of the book. I'm so excited, so happy for myself. We're loving it. Romance reading vlog. This is my first time reading romance. First time reading straight romance. Of course, when I've read fantasy and sci-fi, there have definitely been romance aspects, but I have never just straight up read romance, whether it be contemporary or historical fiction or anything like that. I've never really just read romance. So here we are, reading romance. I'm starting with Get a Life, Chloe Brown by Talia Hibbert. I figured that this was a good place for me to start. Cat from Paperback Dreams. I don't know why, but I very much trust. I trust everything that woman has to say about books. When she said that she also did not read romance until she read Get a Life, Chloe Brown, and really enjoyed it, I figured, well, same boat. Maybe I'll end up liking this as well. So here we are. Chloe read. It's already adorable. 20 pages in, and I'm like, oh, it's so cute. It's so sweet. Red is all like artistic, and I'm like, so I figured that this would be great place to start. Just absolutely wonderful place to start. Let's get going. Let's get started with Get a Life, Chloe Brown. I'm gonna go into the living room and go sit up over there.
For what? Leaving? But why? What did I do? What do you mean you're unhappy? I've given you everything you've asked for! How long has this been going on? We were in this together. I trusted you. I trusted you! Someone else.
Hello everyone, it's me. Are you surprised? I'm not. Let's see, where are we? My good golly, Miss Dolly. You guys, I finished Chloe Brown last night. Did I cry? Yes. Did I cry multiple times? Yes. I think I underestimated that book almost entirely. I very much thought, like, okay, romance people who like romance books like this romance book. No. No. It is so good. It transcends. It's beautiful. It's real. It's heart-wrenching. It's so healthy. After reading some of some really unhealthy relationships that happen in fantasy novels, reading Chloe Brown and reading the healthy relationship that was developing, it was so beautiful and so sweet. So there it is, up there, waiting for me to just reread it, because that's happening. I'm just gonna reread it. So today the plan is to go to the park, get outside, get some sunshine, go read. We're gonna read, spoiler alert up there. That's what we're gonna read. And Michelle, look at her. She's just hanging out with me and Michelle. I'm listening to that on audiobook right now, but that's not this vlog. This vlog is romance. So, I am going to, before we go to the park, I am going to get my stuff together, and then I'm also going to edit a video. I still have to get my February reading journal video up, and I still haven't even put any of that information on my Instagram either. So I'm behind on my reading journal. It's super exciting. So yeah, I'm gonna head over to the computer, we're gonna edit a video, I'm gonna script out my voiceover, and then we're probably gonna go to the park. I'm so excited! Yeah, I need a coffee. Let's go get a coffee. Good morning. Hello. It's been a couple days since we actually spoke together. I'm here. I'm getting ready for the day. Can you hear my dishwasher? I'm sorry if you can. So let's start with some obvious facts. Is there a good reason why I didn't vlog this weekend? No, not one good reason at all. What did I do this weekend? I watched the UFC fights on Saturday. That was okay. There was one fight with the knee that was very exciting. However, everything else was just eh. Let's see, what else? What else did I do this weekend? I played a lot of video games, you guys. So, my channel, I have no intention of changing it from a booktube channel to anything else. However, I have been playing video games more than I have been reading this month, and I'm feeling it in terms of looking for ideas for content. I have no idea what to do anymore. So, I think in a future video I'll tell you all the video games I've been playing, but for now, we're just gonna really hardcore focus on getting some video content out today. I am now currently on Spoiler Alert by Olivia Dade. Very, very excellent. Very excellent. Reading these two positive Fat Rep stories back to back has been really interesting for me, in the sense that body dysmorphia is definitely something that I have struggled with myself, and trying to come to terms with what my body is doing and how I can react to that and what I can do for myself and for my health. And so it's really nice and really sweet to, when people were saying that Spoiler Alert was like the Game of Thrones, like I thought they were kind of being like, so I thought it was more of like, we don't know how to describe it, it's like Game of Thrones, but no, it's straight up Game of Thrones, like, so that's kind of like, it's not distracting in the way that I thought it was going to be. It's more so having, It's almost like the author is having an inside joke with the reader, saying like, hey, you remember that Game of Thrones sucked, right? And in these kind of ways it sucked. But I also feel like it doesn't distract from the story because the show is so different. It has a lot to do with the Aeneid, I think I'm saying that right, by Virgil. And honestly, whenever I hear reviews about, spoiler alert, they're saying like, oh, I want to read Game of Thrones, or I want to watch Game of Thrones again, and it makes me want to read the Aeneid. Like, there's so much other things that I have attached to within the story, and I think it's kind of nice. I am seeing with romance that it is easier for me to not go back to it. Mainly because I know what's going to happen. I know they're going to get together. I know there's going to be like one thing at the end where there's kind of an issue, and like that's kind of going to be it. And not that I don't enjoy those things. It's just not something that oh, we have to go back to it. We have to know what's going on. I feel like a lot of the fantasy I read focuses on trying to do cliffhangers or mystery aspects to make it further intriguing, to make you really want to come back to the story basically as fast as you can. So let's see, where am I at? I really only have like 120 pages left of this story, so they're probably going to have some steamy scenes maybe one or two more times. There's gonna be the sad moment where we think they might not be able to be together, which I kind of think I already know what it is, which I'm not upset about. It does make sense. It's just something that you've seen it from a mile away, so you're like, I know it's going to happen. So maybe it'll surprise me. You guys, I was probably at the park for all of 10 minutes before some man. So, in the park where I live, we're allowed to go to the park. It is recommended to be 6 feet apart from people you did not come to the park with. I went the extra length to find like this small, not relatively small, but like, for a park, it's a smallish area of grass next to unused tennis courts, right? So there should be no one in the tennis courts. It's kind of like, I don't know, it's a little bit of a decent walk from the, the parking lot, but I'm secluded. I'm alone. I have chosen this spot to be alone. I came to the park so that I could be alone. And then some man comes and puts his blanket, it's 6 feet away from mine, and, kind of more in the shade as to where I'm in the sun, but he's staring directly at me. He didn't bring a book, he didn't bring anything. He sat down on his blanket and is staring at me. So I packed up my stuff and left. And it's just frustrating because no one should ever have to feel like so uncomfortably watched that they have to leave the park. And as I'm leaving, he's like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm sincerely sorry if I made you feel uncomfortable. It doesn't matter if you're sincere in your apology. It just doesn't. Have some self-awareness, be empathetic, stop staring at people. First of all, we're in COVID. You're not supposed to be this close to me anyway. Second of all, you can very clearly tell I have secluded myself from the rest of the park goers. Like, there's other people closer together, eating at benches that are closer together, at the park playing with, on the jungle gym or playing basketball. But no, I'm very far away from all of that. And you chose to come over here and sit very close to me and stare at me and make me feel uncomfortable. So we're very frustrated about that fact. I'm feeling more so trapped in my house aside from COVID, mainly because I don't feel safe. I can't even go to the park to not be stared at. It's a very uncomfortable feeling, and I'm pretty peeved, pretty upset. So the Read With Me video that you guys see will probably, more than likely, not be taking place at the park. It'll probably be inside, because that's where I feel safe, which is unfortunate. So, I didn't even get to, I was literally there for 10 minutes. My raw footage is like 8.5 minutes long. I'm very upset, actually. I didn't get to read in the sun. I felt chased out.
For what? Leaving? But why? What did I do? What do you mean you're unhappy? I've given you everything you've asked for! How long has this been going on? We were in this together. I trusted you. I trusted you. Someone else.
You guys, I finished Spoiler Alert last night. It was long. It's interesting because there isn't a lot of issues that I actually have with it. I enjoyed the final, issue reason why they can't be together. What I didn't necessarily enjoy is that the main guy character has a friend whose relationship, basically, or his issue, is mirroring our main character. So our main guy writes fan fiction for his TV show. It's like a fix-it fan fiction, right? So he's afraid, he doesn't want it to come out, so that's why he doesn't tell our girl. And his friend, who also works on that TV show, also writes fix-it fan fiction, ends up, it's a whole thing that the friend's issue with writing fan fiction is mirroring our main male character's issue with writing fan fiction. I don't know, it just seemed too on the nose, too much see, we're proving that it can't happen, we're proving he has to act this way. And it was just okay, I would have believed you anyway, but okay. I didn't like that. It was funny because there were a few issues that I saw at the ending of the book, and they're not spoiler-y. It's just some things that I was like, what? Out of nowhere at the end of the book. So he works on a Game of Thrones-esque TV show. Now, I had thought this entire time that Game of Thrones did not exist within this world because they created their own Game of Thrones. But no. Game of Thrones exists within this world, and so does this other show. And that kind of really took me out of it. It made me not believe it. I know this isn't one of those, you must suspend your disbelief for the fantasy or the magic elements, but I couldn't even suspend my disbelief for this contemporary because there's no way on earth people are talking about his TV show without consistently referencing and comparing it to Game of Thrones. There's no way. And I didn't realize that they didn't even bring up the fact that there is actual Game of Thrones until like 390 out of 400 pages, which is very strange. Also, in the epilogue, we find out that the main male character has chest hair. And that's not necessarily something that I would pick out, you know, in any other book, really. But in a romance novel, in an adult romance novel, he's been naked a lot already. And not once was there mentioned that he had chest hair. That's kind of like a huge descriptor for somebody. Like, we spend a lot of time talking about her and the way she looks and how her body is. You're not going to tell me he has chest hair until like 4 pages before the end of the book? That's weird. That's really weird to me. So it was a 3.5 if we want to be generous, but it definitely just wasn't really for me. At the end, I started skimming pages. It really feels like it's like 50 to 100 pages too long. And I'm not sure where that comes from, because there is like mixed media. So like at the end of every chapter, there's like either their fan fiction that they've written or text messages or emails. So there's kind of like other stuff in here, but I don't feel like that takes away from the story either. I feel like big things that take away are like the friend whose relationship is mirroring our main character, and then also, and this is the weirdest part to me, because throughout the whole book it's like this show that's based on books that the 2 showrunners have messed up after the books have run out, and Game of Thrones also exists. How are you going to say that 2 shows so similarly exist within the same world and no one's comparing them to each other? And also the circumstances surrounding each of the shows, the fact that the showrunners have like the same initials as each other, the fact that the showrunners really messed up the last season after the books, the fact that the showrunners refused to go to con because of, you know, heavy workloads. It's just very strange that all of those things were happening and Game of Thrones is real in this world. So it was a lot of like, let's hate on Game of Thrones, but not really, because Game of Thrones is in this book. So I feel like that's where a lot of pages were dedicated to bashing Game of Thrones. And that's fine. That's well and good. I agree. I don't think that the ending of Game of Thrones was good at all. However, there was a lot of that in this contemporary romance. So, 3.5 out of 5, 4 out of 5. First romances ever. I don't think they were too bad. But I think I'm going to end the vlog here, mainly because it's gone on for way too long, too many days, and I have been very distracted with video games. So if I'm ever going to get this vlog up, I have to create an ending, so that way I can edit it, put it up, and we'll see where we go. And perfect timing, because my neighbor just got home and she's super loud, so I'm gonna sign off here. I hope you enjoyed the video, I hope you had a good day, and I'll see you next time. Bye!